No, Megan Thee Stallion was in the hospital and shit.
What happened to her?
They said she was performing in Broadway, and all of a sudden they said she had to go to the hospital for exhaustion and shit.
Wow, that's crazy.
I forgot she was even in Broadway. I was like, oh shit. What else is going on? What else is going on? So the chili hate train is still going on.
And they need to get over that.
You said what?
They need to get over that already.
It's kind of funny, low key. I ain't gonna hold. Some of these jokes are kind of funny. Some guy said, "No wonder why Dallas and Usher cheated on you."
Wow. Crazy.
Allegedly, Jay Z might drop a new album. They say allegedly.
Hmm.
It'll be ironic if Jay Z drops it, but Stove God still gets show. Was Jay
Right?
Z gave Stove God advice and shit?
That part.
Nick Cannon. Oh, I forgot. But I'm not. I don't. Y'all really taking what Nick Cannon said seriously. That's the part right there. I'm just gagged about.
What did he say now?
He said the Democrat Party is pretty much the political party of the KKK, and he's a Trumpy,
Wow.
all that shit. I'm just like, this nigga can't even. This nigga don't even take care of his own kids and shit.
But
You going to see that Mario movie?
I don't know. Maybe
Sure.
a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. Everyone's already talking about. I might see either this week or next week. I don't know yet.
It's getting bad reviews too.
Really?
Yeah. I
Oh
don't know.
shit.
I saw like people saying it's not good. It's not as good as the first one.
Oh, don't tell me that.
I mean, I don't. We got to see for ourselves, though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because I'm already planning on seeing the Michael movie 2 days before it actually comes out and shit.
Like,
I was
yeah,
actually gonna actually.
they're doing some Michael like pop up event here, so I might go to that.
Yeah.
You know what I
What I
mean?
might do, I might see the movie, pre-record a review, then just drop that shit literally the day of and shit. 'Cause I've
Right.
always wanted to see a movie before it actually comes out. I don't know why.
You should,
Yeah, this, cause I know that Michael movie. I know that shit's gonna be mad packed. I know that shit.
of course. It's Michael.
And it's gonna be a two-part movie too.
Well, we don't know. They haven't come out with officially yet, but that's the rumor. It's gonna take place from I think like from the start of his solo career until the bad tour,
Yeah.
and then if part two comes out, then that'll I don't know like part two. I think people expecting to see everything in part two. I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, it's gonna
You
be.
know, if the family had the last say on it, they're not gonna cover the Michael's trial and all that stuff. They need to, but it's at the same time it's like we already know what happened. So it's like what else could they? I want to see what they can add to the biopic that we don't know about Michael.
And that's what I want to do.
You
No.
know what I'm saying? Because if it's like shit that we already know, it's like well we already know this shit. Like why like there's nothing new that we learned about this biopic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like for the young kids that don't know, they need to go see it. But for us, like I grew up in '84 when Thriller came out, so it's like if I'm looking at it and I don't see nothing that anything new, it's like what was the point of doing this biopic?
No point at all. I'm about to start this shit in a minute. All right. What's up, you two? How y'all doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my whole boy Try in the building with me. How you doing, Try?
Chilling, what up?
Up, up. Send a quick shout out to my Starship and stuff like that too. If she's watching, she's watching. On the Starship. But
Is that what you call it? Starship?
yeah, that's what I call her.
When you started saying that, I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about?
It's a reason. It's a reason why I call it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is that based on the song or no?
Possibly. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But so I'm gonna do a quick album anniversary because this is actually the anniversary of one of my favorite albums. It is Tyler the Creator's Wolf album that came out April 2nd, 2013. I remember when I first heard this joint when I was in high school. That's how, and as you can see, I never opened this copy and shit like that too. This is actually Tyler's third studio album and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Some people might call it his second because they want to call Bastard a mixtape, which actually is an album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is the album where I feel like he really took a step forward when it came to like his production. Because while like Bastard and Goblin had mostly like horrorcore, like trippy kind of production, this one took like a more jazzier approach. Excuse me, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Mostly talking about like his father, his personal life. Songs like Wolf, Awkward, Slater. He had this one song called Tree Home 95 with Erica Badu and Coco Owino. Classic song in my opinion. I wanna go dun 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 bum bum. I mean that whole album is so fucking fire and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I feel like this might be his most underrated album. I don't hear a, cause the new age Tyler fans, the Flower Boy fans, the Igor fan, which those are great albums and stuff like that too. But
Yeah.
the Tyler I mostly grew up with is like '09 to like 2011, 2012. Like I said, I love Flower Boy, Call Me If You Get Lost. We did a discography breakdown. Hell, I even love the Grinch EP and shit
Right.
like that, which nobody talks about too.
We're
You know
talking
what I'm
about that.
saying?
No. No.
Nah. And like I said, there's nothing against Flower Boy, but I noticed the difference between vintage Tyler fans and new age Tyler fans and stuff like that too. But that can also be the genius of Tyler the Creator as well too. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
what do you think about this album?
It's been so long since I heard it. I only remember like certain tracks, like the one with Eka Badu
Right.
and like the singles he dropped, but I haven't heard that in years though.
Yeah, man. I remember when I heard this in high school and shit like that. I was actually running track, waiting for a track conference to start. I was bumping this album, and I was just like,
Right.
yeah, this is a dope album. I was surprised it didn't really get like a lot. I mean, it got a lot of love, but 2013, that at that time, Kendrick dropped Good Kid, Mad City, and then you had people like Run the Jewels and YG doing their thing and stuff like that. People expected like a Goblin 2 and shit like that, because
Right.
once our future won that BMA, all of a sudden everybody was on their dick and shit like that too. Because I remember when niggas said that they were weird, niggas said that they didn't know how to describe them and shit like that too. But without further ado, the album that we're going to talk about tonight is Al Scratch's first album, Creep With Me. This album came out August 2nd, 1994 on Mercury Records. Ill Al Scratch consists of members Big Ill and Al Scratch. You know what I'm saying? Both from Brooklyn and Harlem, respectively, and stuff like that too. Which I'll get more into that in a minute. Um, this was known for singles "Where My Homies," "I'll Take Her," and "Chill With That." Producers include Lowrider and the LG Experience, which was actually Easy Mo B's little brother. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they sounded like.
So stay tuned on that too. Because the Easy Mo B connection is also prevalent. Guest appearances include Brian McKnight, Sound Waves, LRC, and Mark Sparks. All right, so before I start, crazy story about this album though. So I remember this is actually the second copy I got from this, and if I'm not mistaken, I didn't actually give this. I made a mistake when I talked about this. I didn't actually give this album away for bills. I remember when I got the album, but it was actually a different album and stuff like that. I forgot which album it was, but it was actually a different album. They gave me the case, so this is actually the second time I caught this. Which I hate when stupid motherfuckers do that shit. Just be fucking honest about what you're sending. I hate that shit because it kind of makes me wonder if I just have to unwrap a lot of my CDs to make sure it's actually the actual CD
Yeah,
and
you
stuff
better.
like that too.
That
But
shit
if it's
happened
like
with me.
if it's like Amazon or if it's new, then I know it's new. But if it's like wrapped and it's used, because there's some CD spots I unwrap, I'm just like yeah. But sometimes I might get a rare album. You know, sometimes I might get an album and shit like that that I don't even have. So sometimes it might be worth it. But just be honest about what you're
Nah, but
getting.
see, when you go to the spots that sell the used stuff, you gotta check to see, make
Yeah,
sure before you buy it if
and I
it's
do
a
do that
if it's
now.
the right CD or the right vinyl or the right Blu-ray 4K, because a lot of some of them spots be having like the case, but it's the actual CD or DVD is like something different. You know what I'm saying? So that shit happened to me.
Yeah.
When somebody had sent me a couple years ago, they had sent, well, they were supposed to send me the Wu Tang the Swarm album. It was the case.
Oh,
When I
told me
looked in
that.
it, you remember, yeah, when I looked in the the case, it was Memphis
I
Bleak
would
first
have
album.
been
I'm like, what the
pissed,
fuck? Yeah.
dog. Cause I don't even have that. I would have been pissed for you
Mhm.
for that
It
day.
was it was Memphis Bleak first album. I'm like, this shit?
Oh, hell.
That's why they put it in the Swarm case.
So
I'm like, this?
that's why you don't fuck with Memphis Bleak like
No,
that.
that's not why. But I mean, that's the last CD that I want. In the wrong case.
Oh,
In the wrong case of that.
yeah. But how did you get into Ill Al Scratch?
I saw the video for one of my homies. Like they were playing the video for that on a video music box. That's where I saw it first, and then everybody else started playing it, like Rap City and MTV Raps and the box and all that. But I didn't know. I still don't know who the fuck they are. Like I don't, cause they only came up with like what, one album after this. That was it.
Yeah, one other album after this one.
And they were on the New Jersey Drive soundtrack. But
Yes.
um I remember I forgot was I had a Source magazine issue that they were like the unsigned hype in the unsigned hype section, and I think it was Ill had he was at Big Daddy Kane's birthday party or some shit.
Yep.
I remember reading that, like he was at Big Daddy Kane's birthday party and he did a freestyle or some shit at the birthday party.
Yeah, I was gonna actually.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's yeah.
But I don't know shit about Ill and Now Scratch. I only know about the one album. This is the only album I heard from them. I didn't hear the second one. You know what I'm saying? They didn't put out shit after this, after the second album. Al Scratch is doing music now, but that's like what, like 30 years later. He's doing shit now with like Lost Professor. But yeah, I remember seeing the video that song they played that song like all the time. Like when that song came out, I'm like, yo, these are like some one hit wonders. And then they drop I'll Take is my favorite song off of this album. So
Ooh.
Brian McKnight, great great artist, very underrated. They needed Brian McKnight for that second single. You know what I mean? But yeah, I didn't buy the album. You know what I'm saying? I just was like, I'm a hold off on them. Cause I like at that time, like you already knew, like sometimes you knew when these artists would come out, like like if they had like one big hit single, I'm like, oh, they're gonna be some one hit wonders. You know what I'm saying? Or you buy the album and it's like the album sound like trash, but then the single or two sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. But yeah, I didn't rush to buy the album at all.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I guess we all know how Tri feels about most of the album. Well, we'll get to that. So I actually got into Ill Al Scratch because this was when again I was really getting into hip hop and stuff like that. And I saw this one video. They had like black hits of the '90s, something like that, and "Call Me Crazy" with a lot of those songs I found in that video. I bumped to this day, and all of a sudden, I heard this like really dope beat, like that dun 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 dun, which I'll get more into how I feel about the song in a minute. And I heard Brian McKnight singing and stuff like that too. And I was just like, oh, Brian looked mad young here and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because I was getting to Brian McKnight at that time too. You know what I'm saying? Well, I heard of him, but I was really getting into his albums and stuff like that too. 'Cause I mostly heard his songs,
Yeah.
and I heard the I'll Take Her song and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I just immediately fell in love with it. Everything from that sample to the EPMD voice bite and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And years later, I heard the Creep with Me album and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it just gave me that summertime kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I still bump a lot of those songs on my ride and shit like that too. Whenever I get a ride, the car and everything, I always roll down my windows and bump shit like that, just for that feeling and everything. You know what I'm saying? And the thing with Ill Out Scratch was, I think when we did the Nice and Smooth discography breakdown and stuff like that too. I mentioned Ill Out Scratch, and I said to you, I feel like Ill Out Scratch was definitely influenced a little bit by Nice and Smooth, a little bit, in my opinion.
Uh,
'Cause I know
I'm
you.
I'm gonna tell you who they were influenced by, but it's not nice and smooth though.
Okay, okay, but I I know you are a bigger Nice and Smooth fan than me and stuff like that too. Don't get me
Okay,
wrong, I don't dislike them as much. I just feel like a lot of their best works was in guest appearances, which is
that is
interesting.
that is
And
not.
my favorite album from them is an album that not a lot of fans fuck with. Is the Jewel of the Night album from '94.
I love that. That's my favorite one. That's my
Yeah,
favorite.
the one from '91, that's my second favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But I never care for that. Sometimes I rhyme slow song. I never care for that track. I
What?
know that's a hip hop classic. I know, but it's the Tracy Chapman's. I think it's the Tracy Chapman's. I just never cared for Tracy Chapman either. Plus, the fact that she kind of went after them, but then she let a white guy cover her song. But that's another story for a different day. But yeah, with Ill Out Scratch, they definitely had that harmonizing quality that Nice and Smooth brought to the game, but they were more rugged with it and everything like that too. You know, more rugged with it. And yeah, Christian, thanks for giving me some more information about Ill Out Scratch. I wasn't able to find a lot of information, but I found a good amount. But thank you so much for that. I'll catch up to those comments in a minute. But who do you think they were influenced by though?
When I hear the album again, I hear Lost Boys. Even though they came out before Lost Boys, I hear Lost Boys on this. I hear 50 Cent, and I hear like 50. I think like 50 Cent, Powder Dollar 50 Cent would have sounded good on a lot of these beats.
Ooh, yes,
You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
even the way that ill rhymes, he remind me of 50 Cent. Like the way that he sounds, like the certain words he say. I'm like, that was how 50 was rhyming back when Powder Dollar came out.
It
You know what
he
I'm saying? If
got
you
hard
actually,
now,
if
yeah.
you ever get to meet 50 and you ask them like, yo, who were you influenced by growing up in the 90s? He gotta say Ill and Out Scratch. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear Ill and Out Scratch. I hear Ill in like Powder Dollar era 50. Not 50 now. I'm talking about like Powder Dollar, that era 50. Like he was influenced by Ill on this album.
You
And
know,
he'd be lying if he tell you he'd be lying if he tell you otherwise.
it's funny because I recently heard an unreleased, like not unreleased, but like a street song from 50 called "The Glow," which came out in '97.
Mhm.
Um, it's funny how you mentioned Ill Out Scratch because I also hear a lot of Mace in the early 50 Cent, especially before he got shot. Because there was
Mhm.
this one song called "The Glow," which
Mhm.
samples the that song by Chains, "The Glow of Love," which
Right.
Janet Jackson also used that sample. And the way he was rhyming, it definitely had like a Mace feel. But if you hear that song, you can definitely imagine Ill Out Scratch on that beat.
I feel like there were artists that was influenced by Illinois Scratch. Like I said, Lost Boys, 50 Cent. Um, you can tell when an album is crafted around a hit single. Like Q-Tip did that with Amplified.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? Like he like Violent Thing comes out, that blew up, and then he crafted that album around that single. That's why it wasn't that great. I feel like this album that's I hear it with this album too. Because when my homies was out for months before that this album came out. You know what I'm saying? Like the song was out for months, it blew up, and then like by the summertime is when I heard I'll Take Her. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you could tell like yo like they had the big hit single. Record company was like go do that album, and they made this album around the hit single.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying though. And the late Mercury, the label that they were at, didn't really market them well, which we'll talk more about that.
Mhm.
But for those who don't know who LL Scratch are, like I mentioned, it consists of members Big Al and Al Scratch. Um, bef- like for thanks to Christian, Big L, he was part of this group called the Wise Guys and stuff like that too. And they released an album in 1989 called FUNK, which translates to Funky on Atlantic Records. After that, he went solo. Um, and then he also said, yeah, yeah, that's what he mentioned and stuff like that. So around like 93 and everything like that too, Big L, he was working on his solo shit and he met Al. And you gotta remember, I think L was from Brooklyn and Al was from Harlem. And I was
Yeah,
watching an interview before this review, like literally right before this review of Al Scratch, where he was talking more about the history of the group. And he said at that time, Brooklyn and Harlem niggas, they were beefing and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So them being from two different cities and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? That was a very atypical when it came to hip hop at that time too, you know what I'm saying? And he liked what Ill heard. He was going to jump on the song, but it ended up being a whole album and well, whole demo. And the link between those two was LG, and LG was actually Easy Mo B's little brother. So that's why a lot of people to this day think Easy Mo B produced a lot of tracks on this album, but no, it was actually LG.
he sounds like him. He has a
Right.
sound.
Because at the same time too, Easy Mo B was mostly working with like Kane and
Right.
Biggie and stuff like that too. And at that time, Daddy's Home album from Big
Yeah.
Daddy Kane came out,
Oh.
which that wasn't
Ironically, both
okay.
brothers are on that album.
Both brothers are on that album, yes.
Yeah.
And honestly, production on this album is a bit better
You
than
didn't like Daddy's song?
I. Here's the thing with Daddy's Home.
That's better than Veterans Day. You know that shit.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Veterans Day is his worst album.
Daddy's Home, good album, not a great album. I felt like some of his punchlines was kind of weak. Like
Right.
he was some lines he was just saying some shit like, "If I fought on a record, trust me, nigga, it was." I'm like, what? And mind you, like he had cats like Jay Z and
Right.
ODB and Shaheem,
Right.
and I'm a Kane fan, but I gotta be fucking honest and stuff like that. He had probably the him and Scoob they had the worst verse on Show and Proof. I'm
I didn't like yo. I hated
hey, haha, laugh
yeah.
now, nigga.
I
Like,
hated
no.
his voice. I hated his voice.
Yeah,
I think that's why he never came out. Cause the record label wasn't pushing him.
yeah. And but Daddy's Home has some joint. I love In the PJs, Sex According to the Prince of
That was dope. And
Darkness.
the Peters was dope.
Um,
Yeah.
he had this one joint. I think it was called fucking That's how I did him and
Yeah.
shit like that too. It was not looks like a job for. It looks like a job for was
That was fire. I
fire.
don't like the
That
singles. The very special shouldn't have been on there though. He should have took that off.
yeah.
But that
But
album
how
was
how do you
fire.
get a? He should have put
How
Gunman
you,
on that
rec-
album. He should have put Gunman on that album. But
how you get a record deal was fire. Definitely.
definitely. But yeah, man. So LG, he was already making a name for himself and stuff like that too. And they orchestrated the demo. And then fast forward to like '93, I think it was like summer of '93. Big Daddy Kane, he had that freestyle and stuff like that. And I shared this freestyle a while back ago. I'm gonna share it again. I'm gonna probably post a link on the chat. But this freestyle was epic. You had Master Ace, Jazz O, Jay Z,
Yeah.
um, I think Bismarck. You had a lot of New York cats on this free. It's a freestyle I don't hear a lot of cats talking about, which is crazy to me. But the thing about that freestyle was I believe like I think it was ill. He was the last one on the freestyle, and he said some crazy shit. He dissed Big Daddy Kane on that freestyle. So if you
Right.
guys hear that freestyle, he was talking about how Kane was crossing over and
Uh-huh.
stuff, and he dropped the mic, and Kane was like, "Yo, son," and then all of a sudden it just shuts down and stuff like that. But they squashed it. It wasn't really anything serious. It was just like, okay, nigga, it was chill out and
That
stuff like
that's
that.
how I remember Ill because I was in the Source magazine.
Yeah, and ironically, that's what got them on the unsigned hype on the
Right.
source. And for all my young cats, unsigned hype and everything like that too, that's like the promotion. That's pretty much like the when people say shouting out or what's that word? What's that word people say?
That was the part of the back of the magazine where you would be like the next artist to
Hmm.
blow up. They had the artifacts
Yeah,
in there, Talib Kweli,
yeah,
Ill and Out
Biggie,
Scratch. They had
Mob D.
the unsigned artist. So that's what, and all of those artists end up getting signed.
I wonder. I haven't read the source in years. Do they still do that, Miss?
Nah, they don't do that no more.
Oh, okay.
That was just for like the
Putting them
90s.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Echo and Essence. That's what I was because everyone's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna
Salute,
put
salute,
you on."
salute, yeah. Yep.
Hey yo, and yeah, they pretty much got into unsigned hype and everything like that. And so that's when they're working on their debut album. So they got a deal with Mercury Records. And Mercury Records at that time was a pretty hot label and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? By that time, they who do they have at that time? I
They had Black Sheep. Black Sheep
Black
was with
Sheep,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then they had people like Bon Jovi and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Mercury, they
Yeah.
had different divisions and stuff. Oh, of course, Brian McKnight.
Crystal Waters, she was with them.
Oh, she was. I always thought she was on
Yeah.
Jive Records. I was tripping.
Nah, she was with Mercury.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so and Mercury Records, they're mostly at that time. Their mostly was big thing was like R&B and rock. A lot of their hip hop people like they got marketing, but they weren't really a top priority. That's the right word for it. They weren't really a top priority. And I said this story before, but before I start, they blew out one of the best collaborations that never happened. So a certain singer wanted to collaborate with them on a song, and they was so close to doing it, but the label fucked it up. And you know who that singer was?
What's that?
Michael Jackson. Originally,
Michael
Michael Jackson wanted them to be on "They Don't Care About Us."
Ill and Out Scratch?
Yeah,
For what?
to collaborate.
Nah, that wouldn't have been no hit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Nah.
I
I,
told you
I,
this story a while back ago. Yeah,
I can't hear that. I don't hear them on that song. Rhyming like how? Because history was what, 95?
yeah.
I can't hear them on that song.
Just see that.
He
Howdy,
didn't
yada,
need
yo.
no he didn't need no collab on that record. That record is great the way it is.
Oh my god.
It's
But yeah.
bad enough he had that terrible song with Shaq on there. I didn't like that song
Oh
either.
god.
Too bad? Nah. That was bad. That was he got the right title for that. That was bad.
So this is the album cover right here, shit like that. Um, Pretty dope album cover.
You know
Classic.
who Mercury Records got now? Mercury is with Universal now. Like
Yeah.
they merged. They got
Hmm.
Post Malone, they got Metro Boomin, they got Skepta. Um that's all I see as far as like the new artists on there. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
They had Cameo, they had the Gap Band, they had Curtis Blow,
Stephanie Mills.
Stephanie Mills. Yeah.
All right. Without further ado, let's get this shit started. This album has 12 tracks. We're gonna start with the first track called "They Got Love for Us." This was pretty much the intro and everything like that too. Just has like the crowd cheering them performing. They're about to perform their first single and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which definitely set the whole tone of the album.
Yeah, it was cool. It's like it sounded like they did it like at a live show, and you could hear the audience in the background, and that it had a beat behind it. That was like basically the intro for the album.
Definitely. And it leads to fucking da 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 da. Come around my way. Come around my creep with me through the neighborhood. You already know where my homies creep with me. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean, this is one of my favorite hip hop songs from that
really.
time and stuff like that too. Anytime you hear this track, it just hits you in the gut. It just hits you in the fucking gut and everything like that too. I think there's also played on New York Undercover. I think
Yeah.
one time in the first season and stuff like that. I don't know which I forgot which episode it was, but it
Hmm.
just always brings me New York Undercover seeing fucking
Yeah.
Eddie and JC, walking down the streets of New York. I mean,
Yeah.
before they killed off Eddie, but that's a story for a different day. Um, I always loved that first verse. I'm gonna pull up the lyrics when Al said, "From the fiery pits of hell, it's the rap rebel. 10 years underground, sub level with the devil. Brothers wanna know, can Al get busy? Honeys wanna know, can Ill get busy?
Yeah.
Ooh yeah, I tell you now with the bang boom pow. Don't sleep on the deep style." Oh my, yo man. And then my
Well,
favorite line: "Nobody move, nobody get shot." Oh my god.
right.
That's
That
just
part.
fucking fire, man. I mean that beat, that fucking
Oh man.
beat, man.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. The I like the song. It sounds very outdated now though. It's like the lyrics just sound so bad now. Um,
oh come on,
it
man.
has a catchy chorus. It has like a G funk beat. I mean, it's gun talk. This is gun talk in 94. This is their version of gun talk. You know, you put it over like a smooth G funk type of beat with a catchy chorus, and you let them do their thing. That's what it was. That's why I was on the cover because it was like a they talking about gun talk. It's gun talk on this shit. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Very different from how Smith and Wesson did they gun talk or MOP or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it was catchy because of the chorus and the beat. You know what I'm saying? And it had like a New York type of anthem. Back then. But when you hear the lyrics, bro, the lyrics is like so bad now. Like, damn, like they have no type of wordplay on here. You know, and that's just how I took it. It was just it was dope. Radio played it all the time. The video was played every day. Big hit record. Like I said, like the song was out for months before the album even came out. Album didn't come out till August of '94.
Yeah.
This joint was out like during the winter time of '94. So it was a big hit single for them. We can look at the video. They actually filmed the video downtown Brooklyn, like the night scene and like in front of Junior's Cheesecake. So um
Dope.
yeah, it's a great song. It's just the lyrics just sound so outdated now.
You know what? It's funny how you mentioned Smith and Wesson and
Mhm.
MLP, because The Shining, the way how they use their gun talk, they were very
Right.
complex with that shit. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And MOP, they were just aggressive and they just had that hard
Yeah.
ass work and stuff like that. Ill Out Scratch was definitely, I feel like they were definitely trying to have gunplay talk, but for the more radio friendly. They still want to have that radio friendly because they wanted to copy, not copy, but emulate what Naughty by Nature did. And it's why I always tell people,
Mhm.
Naughty by Nature. You'll be surprised how a lot of your favorite rappers try to emulate Naughty by Nature. They
Right.
try to have like the hardcore sensibilities, but still try to have commercial
Mhm.
landscape with all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
if you gave this beat to maybe like Tretch, oh my
Yep.
god,
50
Tretch,
Cent. I think 50 Cent would like power the dollar 50 Cent. He would
oh
he would have
yeah,
killed it. He
definitely.
would
Tretch would have been like, all you heard
yeah,
was some crazy shit. Like
Yep.
That's the thing.
Yep.
Tresh don't get his love. I'm sorry. Tresh does not get his love.
And Tretch talked about that in the documentary coming out. Salute to Ray Lansky. You gotta respect the Legends docuseries. He is in the documentary. He's talking about how like when Naughty did their own thing and they did their own thing. They were in their own lane. They didn't care about what everybody else was doing.
Right.
That's why Tretch, even Tretch, the way that he's freestyling in that documentary, like he don't sound like nobody. Like he had his own style.
He has. I remember I saw Naughty live and stuff like that. One of the best
Yes,
live
I saw them
artists
live.
I've seen
Yes.
and everything. And they, ironically, they performed the same time at Lost Boys because it was like a
Yeah.
hip hop festival. I really only went for Lost Boys, Naughty. I think
Yeah.
Juvenile. I think Juvenile was there. I don't know, but it was a while. But
Yeah.
it was a dope man. Naughty still got it and stuff like that too. It's crazy how Tretch and Vin don't fuck with each other, but they still perform on stage. But
No.
that's the music business and shit, you know. But we went from where my homies to this is for my homies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this uses the classic Bootsy Collins sample, "Munchies for My Love" from the I think it's the second album. I think it's called "Can't." My Name Is Bootsy, classic album and stuff like that. I'm not gonna hold you. Always saw this as like a sequel to Where My Homies and
Yes.
stuff like that too. Sequencing wise, I would have put this maybe on the latter half of the album, but at the same time too, it's still a vibe. If it's still a vibe and everything, nothing too complex and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? But I still fuck with it.
Well, they're using the same hook from Where My Homies.
That's
It's the
true.
exact so they might as well just call it Where My Homies Part Two. It's the same thing. It's just a different beat. So I'm like that. I mean, maybe that's why they sequenced it like one after the other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this is like Part Two to Where My Homies at. You know, it had I like the beat. It was dope. Yep.
Well, you saying you it was breaking up,
The beat was fire. I like the beat, but this is like Part Two to Where My Homies basically.
right? Now, another one of my pop. If I had to pick probably their most iconic song, it might be this. But I go back and forth if this one or another one's my favorite one. This one's "I'll Take Her." Dun 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 dun. Looked up and down and said, I'll take her. Now this was what the label wanted from them and stuff like that too. Radio friendly, radio friendly, hardcore sensibilities and everything. Fly ass Curtis Mayfield sample,
Right.
which I believe Mary J. Blige also used that sample. A
Yes.
lot of people
Be
use that
happy.
sample.
She get that for Be Happy. But that's the
Yes, yes.
same year, right? My Life.
Yep.
Yeah,
Same
same
year.
year. Yep.
Um, so yeah, this was a song that got me into them. So ironically, Al said that this song was originally for somebody else, which he didn't reveal who it was, but they heard it and they didn't fuck with it, so they gave it to them. And at that time, Brian McKnight, before he was on Motown,
Right.
he was on Mercury and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I might say some shit to piss people off. I know people say cancel Brian McKnight, but every time I hear this song, I'm just like, you know what? He ain't my fucking dad, so I don't got no. I don't think I know saying this, but
Uh.
I'll Take Her is a hip hop classic. I don't give a fuck what no one say and
Right.
stuff like that too. This one, anytime I see a fly ass honey and stuff like that, I bump this song in my car and
Right.
everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they ironically they fuck with this song. They be like, okay, they fuck with this shit, But I mean, honestly, man, what's his name? Al. He stole the show with that again. That first verse as well. It's Al Scratch, that real smooth brother, the undercover lover making moves on your mother. If I have to, it's only natural that I rap to any girl walking through my hood if she's looking good and everything. And then when Brian McKnight was ad-libbing that sexual healing, you in the mood for some sexual healing? That was
Yeah.
so fucking
Yeah.
smooth.
Definitely
Yeah.
channeling his Marvin Gaye on that.
Yes. Brian McKnight was the steam stealer like that.
Yeah.
If you don't wanna, don't waste her time. And this song was so fucking good.
Yeah.
He has his own solo version on this
He's
fucking
going
album with just his
track.
vocals. That should fucking tell you something.
Why, why did they do that though?
Cause it was fucking dope.
It was that dope that they gave him his own ad lib track on their first album.
I
Like what?
I mean I mean,
You've never seen that.
cause like I said, Brian was that dude at that time. Before everyone was on this fuck Brian McKnight
Bro,
train,
that's
Brian was
wild.
that dude.
They was
Shit.
like, we don't know what else to put on the album. We're gonna give him his own ad lib track at the end.
Sexual healing. If you don't want to, don't waste her time.
That's crazy.
I'll take her. Come on, man. Come on, nigga. Come on, nigga. Don't fuck with me tonight, boy. Don't
It's
fuck with me
it's
tonight.
it's a great song.
Oh
This
shit.
is a great. This is one of those R&B hip hop collabs that people don't mention. They mention all the time Mary and Method Man. You know, this is one of those songs I got to put on that list. Great R&B hip hop collabs.
Classic.
Um, Classic song. I like this more than Where My Homies At. I
Oh,
like this more
definitely.
than Where My Homies.
Definitely.
This song was fire. I still didn't buy the album though, but this is my joint. You know what I'm saying? In the video, they did it in summertime. You know, you see Ill going after a chick. You see Al talking to a chick. You know, she got a man. The light skinned chick in the video. I think that was Ill. Ill was going after her, and you know, right after when they perform, she's at the concert when they performing on stage. When they
Yeah.
get off the stage, he takes the chick backstage, and you know, and they end up messing around, and that's how the video goes off. But it was dope, and Brian McKnight, great singer, very underrated. I love a lot of his albums. Back at One and Anytime, the Bethlehem album, great. Gemini, very underrated. Great artist, producer, songwriter, singer. You know, and he was a star of this song. Like without Brian McKnight, this wouldn't be a big hit.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, Freezy said them Noxzema chicks. Bro, she was butter pecan. She was butter pecan weekend. You
Definitely.
know what I'm saying? That was it's a the video go with the song. You know, like it was great. This like I said, this is my favorite song on the album. You know. Yep.
Shit. All right. So now we're gonna get to track number 5, "Chill Like That." Um, Another very dope track right here and stuff like that too. I kind of consider this one to be a little filler, but again, it's still a vibe and everything like that too. So yeah, this was alright.
Oh yo 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 yeah. That's the hook. That's the hook that Al Scratch is doing. Oh yo 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 yeah.
That's that
So
signature.
yo, it was catchy. Again, it was catchy. The beat was fire. But when I heard this song, I thought it was Easy Mo B. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like an Easy Mo B production. But it was dope. It was dope album cut.
Definitely. All right. Moving on, we're gonna get into after that, "Where My Homies," a dub version, which I don't know why they put that there and stuff
Why
like
is this
that.
on? Why? They didn't know what else to put on the album. Like, see, this is what I'm saying. They crafted the album after the single blew up. They're like, we're gonna give Brian McKnight a ad lib track at the end, and we're gonna put another version of "Where My Homies." Why?
Right.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. Next track is the title track. Now, I have to bring this interview up again because there was a lot of this radio interview was saying to Al that a lot of people were biting from them. But I have a controversial hot take. I feel like they were kind of biting Onyx on this one a little bit.
I don't hear Onyx on there. I don't, bro. Onyx feel like they were being everybody. Was biting them. If you listen to Fredro, he feel like that's the Fred was biting off of them. This person, you know what
Michael
I'm saying?
Jordan became bald because of Onyx.
Right, like everybody, yeah, no, but everybody was shaving their heads when Onyx did come out though. I did see that. You know
True.
that the youngsters. Remember the youngsters dropped Aftermath in '93. They
Yep.
they shaved their heads also.
But I could have sworn
After
Michael Jordan was bald before Onyx though.
right, the youngsters shaved their head after Onyx dropped.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a real thing that was happening. People were shaving their heads when Onyx came out. You know, not Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was bald before Onyx came out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Michael Jordan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like the biting is real. Like there was definitely people biting Das Effects, people biting Onyx,
Oh,
people biting. You know what I'm saying? So I don't hear Onyx on the song though. I don't. I just feel like it was more of like a rougher track. You know, they got the Snoop Dogg sample from Deep Cover, but they don't. No, they can never be Onyx. They don't lyrically. They're not on Onyx level.
Shit, true. And it's like I don't know. I just feel like they were a bit too hype on that. Honest, the drums was. I love the
Onyx was
drums.
all right. Oh, they were more than Onyx need to be in the Hall of Fame. They were great. They
Oh
were
yeah,
great.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? They first album go multi-platinum. They were great.
Yeah, Honest are legends.
You know, Queens legends.
Definitely. Alright, after that, we got Get Dough. Love this record. This song has background vocals from Lisa Fisher. You know this girl known for the song "How Can I Ease the Pain."
That was her.
That was her.
She didn't do enough. She didn't do enough. I just thought it was a regular chick. She didn't do enough ad libbing.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That was her and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. How did they get her?
I think she was on the same label. I could be
Oh,
wrong,
she was
but
on Mercury. Okay.
I think. But if you guys recognize that sample, that's the classic Tyrone Davis sample. MC8 used that same sample for All for the Money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But the way they used it, they sped up the
They
tempo a
sped it
little
up.
bit,
Yeah.
which I feel like that was pretty dope. Cause you know a lot of people kind of use the dun 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 dun. They use that same tempo and everything.
Right.
You know, 'cause I think 8 was one of the first ones to make that sample popular, but I could be wrong on that one.
But he
You know,
killed it. That's a
no,
classic
lick,
that he.
the beat nuts also did for "Lick the Pussy" too.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Street level.
Lick
Yeah.
the pussy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that track right there. Yeah, but very 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 dope track.
It's cool. I didn't know that was Lisa Fisher. I heard the girl singing. She just sounded like a regular generic, singer on here. Like I didn't. There was like no standout ad libs from Lisa Fisher on here.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's definitely her.
Yeah, that's dope.
All right. Then we got next track we got the Brooklyn. Excuse me. Yeah,
Brooklyn Uptown.
yeah, the Brooklyn on their way. Pretty dope song. I ain't gonna hold you nothing really too noteworthy and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But I still fuck with it.
I don't like nobody on here. Everybody sound bad on here. Everybody sounds outdated on this record. Man, you hear this record, and this sounds like 1994. Everybody their rhyme style sounds so outdated on here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it wasted a good beat. Like I don't like this record at all.
Yeah, I feel you on that. All right. Then we got motherfucking classic shit, which is ill solo. Um, this one was pretty straight and stuff like that too. The way how ill was rhyming on this track, his voice was kind of sounding more distorted, which I don't know why he did it like that. To be real with you, I feel like that wasn't the kind of song to do that shit, but it is what it is and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? It was alright. It was alright.
This was far from classic. This is not a classic record. Um, I don't know if Ill would have been a dope solo artist. Like I see it from Al because Al is actually still putting out music. I haven't heard nothing from Ill since this album, so I don't know if he would have been a great solo album artist. But I didn't like the record. The beat was okay, but I mean, I think he needed Al on this one too.
Sure. And speaking of Al, that summertime song, oh my god, this was the better of the solo tracks, which
Yeah,
I kind of feel bad to say, but hey, fuck it. But yeah, summertime. This is definitely a perfect song right here. Maybe next to "I'll Take" is probably my favorite song on the album. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope beat. LG definitely did his thing on this one. Al definitely sounded good flowing on this one as well too. So yeah, I love this record. This one's
see
fire.
this could have been a single. Like it had the summertime vibes to it. It was melodic, nice beat. This I could definitely see a video for this. But I can see why they didn't put it out because if you put it out and it's an Al Scratch solo record, then it's like, oh, but people are gonna be expecting the Al Scratch solo album,
Right.
and then that would kind of like mess up the chemistry with him and Ill. But I think that could have been a single.
Yeah, it definitely could have been a single.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna talk about the outtake of Brian's flow because like we already discussed
How
that.
do you have, bro? How do you have your first album and they put the guest on one the guest have his own song of ad libbing? It's not even he's not even singing. It's just ad libs on there. How does
Exactly.
that happen? I've never seen an album where they do that at. They don't do that in no other genre. Can you pick an album and say the album finishes with the guest feature has his own ad libbing track? That's crazy.
That's crazy work.
Yo,
That's crazy work.
Unc said I need Big Ill to defend himself. He wasn't. He's not great lyrically, yo. He's not.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said at that Big Daddy Kane birthday party, but I don't know. But he had was he drunk at that party?
I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Uh, Overall, despite some mishaps, I feel like this is still a very solid album and everything like that too. It definitely screams 1994, mid 90s, and everything like that too. I definitely feel like they had their own kind of style. Like they weren't as hardcore as Wu Tang, or they weren't as great with the storytelling as Biggie, or they weren't as complex lyrically as a Nas though. But they definitely had their own lingo and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like this album is definitely released for people in their circle. That's the best way to put it. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like the second album, which I feel like is a very solid album, they definitely try to broaden their landscape a bit more with that one. I want to talk about that one once I get a copy of that. I want to say my thoughts on that one, but
Is that the one with the Don't Shut Down on the Player?
I believe so. Yeah, yeah.
That joint. I know that was on New Jersey Drive soundtrack. That joint was
Yeah,
fire.
that joint was fire.
That joint
They,
was
also,
fire.
they
Yeah.
had this one other joint with Yo Yo
Uh
and
huh.
stuff like that. That joint was ill too. You know what I'm saying?
I never heard that one.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it to you though. But
Okay.
yeah, this is definitely a very solid album. I'll probably give this 4 out of 5 for the most part.
You really like them. You were being really generous with this album, bro. I'm gonna tell you, there's a couple joints that's playable on here. I love. I'll take a my favorite track with my homies. Chill with that. Uh, what else on here? Summertime. That's really about it. About 4 or 5 songs that was cool. I don't understand why they have another version of Where My Homies At on here, and it sounds like the same. It sounds like the original one, and then you have the guest feature. The guest feature closes out the album with an ad lib track. He's not singing. It's not his own version. It's just a bunch of Brian McKnight ad libs as the last song on the album. So that's how you know they made the album around the single,
Yeah,
because no thought process was put into the album when you do shit like that. That doesn't make sense. I've never heard of any album where the guest feature has an ad lib track at the end of the album, and this is their first album. You know what I'm saying? The production was cool. Like if you know Easy Mo B production, you're gonna think Easy Mo B did this album, and he didn't. It's his brother. His brother has his sound. His brother LG was it LG Experience.
yeah,
LG Experience has Easy as his big brother's sound. I'm assuming Easy Mo B is a big brother, but they have the same sound. Like Mo B. I know Mo B's production from listening to the other stuff he's done, Craig Mack and Miles Davis and all that. But LG, the Experience, his brother has his brother's sound. Um, it's okay. It's not a great album for me. Like it's very outdated. When I hear it, I think of 1993, 1994. It's not an album I would play often unless I was in that zone of, the '90s stuff. I'm giving it 3 mics. I'm giving it three mics. Now they second. I haven't heard their second album. Maybe the second album is better. I'm assuming it's gonna be better because I do remember the Don't Shut Down on the Player joint from New Jersey Drive soundtrack, and I know Easy Mo B actually produced that one for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping the second album is a lot better than this one, but I don't know. That might be worse, but I don't know. But yeah, this is three mics for me.
Okay. Alright, alright.
This is not even this. Like when it comes to duos, they're not even making the top 20 for me. They're not like a great duo.
Yeah.
But Unc said I'm on the wait. I'm on the wait show. This is not. They're not even a top 20 duo of all time. Like it's to me. Al Scratch is the better. Is the one better is with the lyrics, and I mean even he's not that great lyrically. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I rather listen to him than Ill. I don't think Ill was great at all lyrically. I don't know. I want to see that or hear that freestyle that he did at Big Daddy Kane's birthday party because for Kane and for the Source magazine to cover that means it had to be a epic freestyle. I'm like, well, what happened on this album? Because he don't sound good on this album, lyrically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't feel like there was a duo that would like how people shit on the group home. They talk about the group home and how the group home lyrics were like ABC lyrics.
Yeah.
Group home album's better than this.
Oh, definitely.
Way better than this. Like there's no skips on that Living Proof album. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably mainly because of Primo's production, but I'd rather listen to that than this album. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I feel like there's certain duos that they wasn't lyrical, so you can't put them in that category with, Red and Meth or Smith and Wesson or you know, Mob Deep, even Mob Deep. I'm throwing Mob Deep in there because Havoc to me is severely underrated. You know what I'm saying with his lyrics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying Helter Skelter. They're not in that category. It's some duos that they were dope, but they wasn't lyrical. You know what I'm saying? They just had some bangers. They had some bops. That's how I look at Illinois Scratch. They had some bops.
Yeah, and that's the thing about them. They were definitely bops and vibes and everything.
Right.
Long in this because I definitely got to get ready to go out soon. But this has definitely been a dope episode and shit. I was thinking, do you have any plans this Easter or nah?
On Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might. I mean, people go out. I might be going out on the weekend. We'll see.
I
There's a lot
did.
of stuff going on in the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll definitely hit you on this and thing. Just
I heard he said I heard Kanye West removed Don Toliver and James Blunt. No, Don Toliver is on. What track is he on? He's on. I think he's on the song with Ye on the Bully album, if I'm not mistaken. Well, he got removed, but Ye has a reggaeton track with Peso Pluma. Last Breath. That's like his reggaeton track. He's jumping on the reggaeton bandwagon. So
oh God.
you know what I'm saying. But yeah, the Don Toliver track, I did hear that, but it's not on it's not on the Spotify version of the album because he took off some songs from the release. You know what I mean? But the album is fire. I definitely think I think Ye is back at least for this album. Hopefully he won't make his way another like it seemed like what like 5 6 years before we got another album from him.
Shit.
Down to two was when? What was down to two? That was like during the pandemic, right?
Yeah, I think 2021. I think I don't know.
Right. I think he's like past the gospel stuff now. So like we getting like Ye normal Ye, I want to say, but it's not normal Ye, not quite, but it's flashes of normal Ye on here.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to listen to a Kanye album at the moment. I'm gonna be.
It's dope, man. I'm telling you, this is the best Kanye album since Life of Pablo, easily.
That's not saying nothing.
Well, I mean, Pablo was dope. I enjoyed Pablo. I felt like even with the see the thing with Kanye is I don't understand why he's like still mastering the album the day of the album drop. Like nobody does that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you had so many release like versions of Pablo because he was still mastering the album the day that the album came out. And he did the same thing with this album. He was taking off songs from the album. That's why it didn't come out on Friday night. It came out on Saturday morning. He was still mastering the album the day that the album was supposed to come out. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like the sequencing is dope. He has the soulful samples. You know Kanye do. He's known for the soulful samples. It's fire. Um, lyrically, there's flashes of old Kanye from like the college dropout era. The sound is industrial and hip hop. So if you like Yeezus, it has that Yeezus sound. The Vultures album sounded like that also. It's industrial, it's hip hop. That's where he's at now. I don't think we're ever gonna get old Kanye back. Yeah, Unc wants the link. Unc, we could go live after this because I know Reg is and then the live stream now.
Yeah, I gotta get ready to go out in a minute, but
You know what I'm saying? Just send me the link if you can go live. But I like the Bully album. I think I know it's early. It's April. I like it. It's on my list of good album for 2026. We'll see. Well, now where it ends up, will it be in the top 10 at the end of the year? I don't know. But right now, I like it. I fuck with it.
I'll see if I want to listen to it. But I'll take your word for it.
I mean, if you love Oye, you're not gonna like this album. That's all I'm gonna say. Like the old Kanye fans, there's old Kanye fans that I know that they're still waiting for Oye. If you waiting for Oye, he's not coming back. I think that era and that person is gone. So this is the Ye that we have now moving forward, and I think this is the best album from New Ye. I'm gonna say from
Post
New
yeah,
Ye, this is the best album from New Ye.
post yeah.
Post Ye, yes, this is the best album since Pablo, and Pablo was what 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, best album from him in 10 years.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end this off right here because I gotta handle some business. But I'll definitely come out with some shit next week. Also, since we are in April, I just want to drop the announcement right now. So the week of April, I want to say the week. You hear me?
Huh? Now I didn't hear what you said. Your Wi-Fi was going off and on.
I gotta, I gotta get this shit straight out. I definitely want to do a Nas week,
Last week,
week of April 13th. I think I texted you about that.
you didn't cover all the Nas albums already.
No, we did cover all the Nas albums, but because
Are
you
you
know since
ranking them?
we're gonna do an updated discography breakdown. I was thinking about doing like a top Nas Slam Remy beats,
Oh,
just
okay.
some Nas content just for the anniversary of
A
Illmatic.
Nas album ranking. Let's do that because I think there's albums that Nas have that get shitted on.
Yes, I do
You know what
agree.
I'm saying? That needs to be in the top five at least.
And it's not just gonna be his solo albums. It's anything Nas related, like the Firm album, the QB's Finest, Distant Relatives, and stuff like that. All the Nas and Primo album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
So, because
Okay.
I know we did a breakdown years ago, but since he came out
Right,
with a lot more other albums and stuff like that too, some
right.
album opinions got better. Some album opinions, and
So when is that? April, you said?
week of April 13th,
Okay. Well, that's what next week.
the week after next.
You said I'm ill Al Scratch lawyer. What?
I'm weak,
Oh man.
but yeah. Um,
Yo.
but that's all I'm gonna say for right now and stuff like that. Anything you got coming up?
I got an unboxing video dropping maybe tomorrow and Saturday. I want to say Saturday. Me and Unc is we're gonna do another interview with Ray Lansky, the director. of You Gotta Respect the Legends docuseries and Verse Gods, and he had a great screening last week. I went to it. It was in New Jersey. It was great. I met KRS One, Do It All from Lords of the Underground, Mad Lion. So many dope new content creators I connected with out there. It was great, man. It was one of the best moments of my life. Shout out to Back to the Lab. He was out there. Rich Notch, he was out there. Chateau Carter, he was out there. Heritage Hip Hop, a new content creator. I met him last week. Go subscribe to his channel on YouTube. Dope content he has. It was great, man. It was great. Definitely look forward to the documentary. May 1st is dropping on Globehouse app, and it's coming to Tubi and Amazon Prime in the fall. And salute to Ray Lansky. So we're gonna do another live stream with him on Saturday, and it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. All right. Without further ado, y'all stay tuned for some more dope content and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Got some more classic reviews coming, some more reviews coming, and stuff like that too. A certain sitcom definitely gonna get talked about in the future and everything. So yeah, man. Appreciate this try as usual. In case you guys are just coming in, we did Ill Out Scratches, Creeping Me album and stuff like that too. This album is actually out of print, but if you can find it, it should be very reasonable in price and everything like that too.
I would not spend more than $20 on that album.
I agree on that. Yeah, but hope you all have a good night. Peace.